Hi, I'm Emma. I'm one of our core team here at KIS Academics, which is an education company that focuses on tutoring, online courses, and partnering with schools to provide educational services for high school students. So as a startup, we have initially based our company around a core team, but as we've grown, we've needed to hire more staff, and that's required some more specific contracts to outline their roles, their requirements, and how we want them to work. So one of the problems we've had is whether we wanted to have these people as contractors or employees, and so we used Lawpath to work out what the best contract and model would be for our employees. We've also used Lawpath when we started hiring people on a part-time and full-time basis to understand what our obligations were in terms of their leave and any other entitlements that they would have under the Australian legislation. So mostly Lawpath has helped us manage those contracts, send them out to our new employees, contractors, and get all of that started. Other things that we've used Lawpath for include any IP infringement that we've had to deal with, and also to deal with our non-disclosure agreements and social media bonus packages that we've been providing to some of our employees. So I'm actually a law student myself, and I'm in my second last year of my degree. So I know a little bit about law, but the academic side of things is so different to the real world. And so coming out of contracts and going into this role, I felt as if I knew a little bit, but I didn't know the ins and outs at all. I also work for a law firm part-time, but again, it's a litigation firm, and so it's completely different to what we're doing in the transactional capacity that KIS uses Lawpath. So I think some of the benefits of the Lawpath service is the flexibility and the precedent bank that they provide. Usually when you're working in a legal service, having done this on the other side of the table, being on a legal service provider, we have precedents that we use, but we don't provide those to our clients so that we're the ones making the document. So it's great to have access to the Lawpath database with all the precedents and templates so that we can have a first go at the issue and then consult with a Lawpath lawyer to make sure that the draft we've prepared is up to scratch and will meet all of the statutory requirements. I think the two best features of the plan that KIS is on with Lawpath are the flexibility and accessibility of the resources that you have available. So for example, when we had a copycat website pop up mimicking our businesses, we were able to jump straight into a consultation with Lawpath and understand what rights we had around that issue. So I think that was really valuable, that there weren't excessive wait times and we were able to just jump straight in and deal with that problem head on. And then once we had that initial advice, we were able to get the letter ready, written, and sent to the party that was infringing our intellectual property rights. So that was great. I think that flexibility and able to reach out and contact when needed, but not having overly excessive emails or anything like that bugging us, be like, do you want anything? So I think that opt-in sort of system is really helpful. I think there are two ways that we use it. We have the first side, which is with our contractors or employees. So the ability to have a template contract ready to go. So if we hire another sales associate or another customer service member, we can make sure that they're on the same terms and not have to do too much work to rearrange that for the new employee. That is really helpful, and we can send the document straight through Lawpath to get them to sign it. And that way we have all of our contracts stored in the one place, which again is super helpful for if we're ever needing to update the contract or get that out if there's been any sort of dispute. But the second way we've been using it, which is more recent since our business has grown, is we have what we call a growth team who are reaching out to schools to partner with those schools in terms of providing educational services. So in that client-facing role, when we have a contract regarding the partnership between KIS and the school, we're able to use Lawpath to manage those relations as well. Well, I think that we have had some exponential growth in the past couple of years, and we want to really keep that momentum. But as we grow and have teams of a larger size, it can become more difficult to manage. So I think having the Lawpath tools with those precedents and the templates of contracts that we've used in the past, being able to streamline it through that will be really helpful for us, because we are looking to expand our teams and have more of those partnerships with schools. So I think that's where we're headed, just bigger and better things, and making sure that my role isn't bogged down in having to repeat the same mundane sort of tasks of rewriting the same contracts over and over. So I think that as we grow, we'll make more and more use of the platform. And I also think that we're looking to expand into some new areas with the IP associated with our business. And so having some consultations about making sure we're on the right track with that, and that everything is protected and safe and happy, will be the next step. I think that we've really benefited from using Lawpath, because a lot of people in the startup or small business sector might not have had enough exposure to the legal industry to be able to ensure all their contracts and all their agreements are up to scratch and airtight and will work for what they want them to do. So it's having that opt-in, flexible and accessible service that you can use as and when you see fit. I think that has been a huge benefit for KIS. And I think it also, as I was saying, having a wealth of knowledge that you can draw on is invaluable. It's not something you can just get anywhere else. No other legal service that I am aware of has provided that unlimited access to all of that knowledge that has been built by the firm. So I think that it really is a huge resource, and it will help you get your feet on the ground and hopefully your business off in the right direction.